How y'all doing? We're here with Ginger in the Desert Creations. I am still vaguely obsessed with a certain color palette with the Dorado gold and the Paynes gray and whatnot there. And the fun thing is, you can, with acrylic pouring, you can do the same color palette 60 times and end up with 70 results. Because that's how math works, right? Let's go paint! Alright, so I've been vibing on this color palette for a while now. I've been vibing on many color palettes. That seems to be all I do anymore. But, I made Seafloor. And I discovered that I enjoyed one of the cups from Seafloor very, very much. It was very pretty. I did one with all of those colors again, and I ended up with Worlds Collide. Then I did another subset. I wanted to harness the wonderfulness, and I did another subset in Thunder Rose, and that was a very dark picture that hardly held on to any of the Vermillion or the Dorado gold at all. And so I want to do it again and try to hold on more to the Vermillion and the Dorado gold. Yay. But I am going to start with Paynes gray. I'm going to start by shaking my paints. Cups, okay. The one that goes in the middle and the one that goes on the outside, because we need more than 5 ounces to cover this canvas. And no, it's not a canvas, but hell yes, I am saying it is one. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Paynes gray, as I was saying, because a large amount of what is in the bottom of this cup, although it ends up in the middle, also ends up stuck in the bottom of the cup. So much of that will be abandoned. Then we are going to put the Vermillion on top. I may have to break out my other Vermillion because there's not much in here. But that'll do for now. Then I'm going to hit it with that Dorado gold. Nice big hit of that Dorado gold. I'm going to move straight into the Aqua Green, Folk Art Treasure Gold Aqua Green. I guess I'm going to introduce you to the colors as I go along. Say hello to Amsterdam Titanium White. I am going to put a hefty dollop and also Dirty Pour. There we go. So there will be a good representation of the white throughout. We are going to cap it with Paynes gray. I am going to put Paynes gray in the bottom of this one as well. Let's go with some Pearl Pastel green. I don't think Pearl Pastel green was included in anything else, but I'm including it now. So there. You know what else I need a little touch of? Emerald mix-up. Should we do another scraping of Vermillion in there? We want to go back with the Dorado gold one more time. Aqua green. A little dose of white. And Dirty Pour of white. And I am going to Dirty Pour the Paynes gray as well on this one. Why not? And we are going to ring that thing. And that's interesting. We got some fantastic lacing. Messy center that looks like it has a heart in it. Oh my goodness. Definitely leaving that to see what happens. Popping bubbles. Getting nervous. It looks like the pastel green is gonna go off. We've got the most color going on over here. We've also got the most lacing going on over here. Although I can see it crackling through the hole. It's kind of everywhere. I am going to try to preserve the circleness of the circle. And that involves kind of strategically shifting you shift the weight of the paint in one direction, center, one direction, center, one direction, center, and it helps to keep a roundness, although it isn't foolproof, and I may be that fool. Going back, keeping an eye on that heart in the center. Gonna come to this corner, put my finger on it. And we are over that corner now. Move back. Still got a lot of this crackle lacing, which I'm very happy with. I feel like I'm running a little low on paint because it's not moving fantastically well. I'm going to move back to the center. Yeah. Butterfingers. Okay, that is the design and the weight of the paint kind of in the center. And we're gonna run for this edge. Dorado gold is hanging out on top. I can see a lovely gold sheen over the edge. There we go. Back, 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 back. So much going on here. This one has an incredibly spacey feel. It is something you have to see dry to know what it will look like, because there's a couple of pearl colors in here. And there will be shinies, and I kind of suspect where it looks brown is actually where the gold is. It's a little bit of mixing between the Vermillion and the Paynes gray, which is slightly unfortunate. I love the effect that we got from the dirty pour on the white. That is likely what caused all of this highlighted lacing. It feels like it's changing as I watch it. I can't even describe it. Oh my goodness. And that gave it an explosion of speckles because of all of the bubbles that popped. Not sure if there are a couple more in here or not. There will always be stubborn bubbles that you cannot pop. If anything I have ever painted has looked like space, this definitely looks like space, and I didn't even do this on purpose. Do I need glitter? That is the question! No. There's so much going on its own, and it will have a shine of its own when it is dry, so don't do the glitter. But oh my goodness, that lacing that is showing up. Yes, yes. Simple and impressive. Love it, love it. Okay, once I get these goopy gloves off, you want to come down and check out the wet results? I feel like this thing has changed a ton just in the 5 minutes since I poured it. Check out all of that super detailed lacing, that lightning-y, webby lacing I friggin' love! And the Vermillion haze is all over this thing. It didn't show up so much in the middle. Actually, I do think if you look really closely, there is a tiny, tiny touch of that Aquamarine and the Vermillion, but it is so subtle. Right in the center. But that dirty pour of the titanium white really served its purpose. Oh yes, oh yes. And I'm just gonna... You can tell I'm excited because I move you around like a DVD logo on a TV screen. I can't help it. I lose track of my own brain sometimes. So much wow. And I am, can you see that little heart that randomly poured out in the center of that craziness? I think that may end up dictating the name of this painting, but I haven't decided, and I usually don't decide until they're dry. So, stay tuned for the dry result. This one is unfortunately a bit of a horror show. I am calling it Vermillion Haze over Hidden Heart, because that's not a pretentious title. But, it is exactly what it is. I do love so much about it, but there were two somewhat unfortunates that happened here. If you can see, I will move with my light, you can see that ridge. That ridge is basically where the top board failed. I will have to watch out for that better because I saw that there was a crack in it, but I didn't think that it would be a big deal. And it's fine when it gets gessoed. It's like you put a little bit of paint on it, it's fine. You put a ton of paint on it that takes 3 days to dry, and you're screwed. But, you know, it is what it is. And also, I'm gonna point it out because it's fun. If you look right about here, I put my finger into it because it took a 3rd day to dry and I didn't realize it. And it's also very subtle, but it has my fingerprint in the center of it. This thing is so freaking cool though. So let's take a look. We've got a really deep swirl or something there. We've got the webby lacing. It is crazy. We got more of that vermilion going on. We got this big old loopy loop that ends in that little heart that I cannot believe poured out like that. I love the brightness of the stark contrast of that lacing. The colors kind of came out weird to me. In a way, I feel like it's a little bit weird, but like this whole thing wanted to self-destruct. It is kind of a little bit amazing though. I think the gold misbehaved. I feel like the gold misbehaved, and there's a vague bit of like Denver Broncos in this thing, but you know, I've never been a sports fan, so we'll just dismiss that out of hand. Anyway, Vermillion Haze over Hidden Heart. Thanks for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.